right?
Yeah, it's nothing.
Doesn't look like nothing. Ooh. Put your head back.
Oh.
Suppose you're proud of yourself.
Prue would have been. She always wanted us to have a fight, and she wanted me to let you win. She would have been delighted, except for one thing. The way she saw it, we should have been fighting over her, not her mother. She would not have liked that one little bit.
But you did fight over her, didn't you? I don't remember hearing one word about my being unfaithful to you. If you were angry, jealous, not one word. All you cared about was what I'd done to Prue. She never knew. Very careful not to hurt her, even though she told me about you and your mistress.
So, you did it for revenge. Not very flattering.
No. We were lonely, frightened and worried. It was comforting to be together. There was no one else around. We're not proud of what we did.
And we're not ashamed of it either.
Wasn't the way you imagine.
Prue never wanted to fight. That's a disgusting thing to say.
You don't know the first thing about her.
I know my own daughter. She's not here to defend herself thanks to you. You killed my daughter. You've ruined my marriage.
If anyone ruined our marriage, it was Prue. From the day she was born, she came between us. You always loved her more than me. When I had the twins and nearly died, you didn't matter. When I had the affair with Sven, you didn't notice. All you could see was Prue.
What an evil woman you are, to be jealous of your own child.
Yes, I was jealous of her. And I still am. For all her 20 years, she had everything she wanted. She had your love and his love and the baby she wanted. She had it all. I've never had everything I wanted for more than a few months.
I don't think there's any point in going on with this conversation. You're obviously hysterical.
Can't you face the truth? For once in your life, your beloved daughter was spoiled. She was cruel and she was selfish, and we both made her that way. That's the truth. Doesn't mean I didn't love her. I loved her very much.
In case it's of any interest to you, I intend to divorce you, citing him as co-respondent. I shall, of course, obtain custody of Eve. You're not fit to have the care of a child.
He's trying to scare you.
Succeeded.
I didn't know you felt that way about Prue. Not for so long. You never said.
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm sorry, Cassandra. I've caused nothing but trouble.
I want to be by myself. Got a lot of thinking to do.
He doesn't mean it. He can't.
Oh, he means it all right. I know him. The question is, can he do it?
Surely not.
I don't know.
He can't take Eve away from me. I'm her father. She's mine.
If only you knew. You're so alike.
Ow!
Yes? They didn't speak.
Get off your heavy.
I hate that. Who the hell was it?
Drug or a wrong number.
Couldn't be Freddie, could it?
This hour, it's past his bedtime.
Maybe I better give him a ring.
Oh, but he'd have spoken.
Yes.
Just a mistake.
Have you thought any more about what I said?
What about?
Us. Whether you want to go back to Frankfurt or move house or go back to work.
Not really.
Well, it's up to you. I don't mind. Whatever you like. As I see it, Freddie really ought to stay in Frankfurt, unless you specially want us to be there. He's more useful to me there. There's less responsibility while he's learning the ropes. It's exactly what the old man did with me to give me a chance. Well, you remember. So that means we really ought to stay here. But we can still move if you really hate this place. Or better still, get someone in to run it so you could be free. What do you think about part-time work? That way you wouldn't be tied, but you'd still be independent. Hmm? What do you think?
I hope you're satisfied.
Oh, you gave me such a fright. I thought you were out.
It's pretty obvious.
You said I could come and get my things when you were out.
That's right.
I thought you'd be visiting the baby
I
today.
would have been.
What's the matter with your face?
Ah, now we're getting somewhere. You may be slow, but you do get there in the end.
Something happened.
Oh, come on. You knew he was gunning for me. You let me walk straight into it. Didn't have the guts to tell me, huh?
I did try, but you wouldn't listen. He didn't actually hit you, did he?
You could say that, yeah.
I'm sorry. Have you put anything on?
Don't come near me. For Christ's sake, why did you have to go and tell him?
But I didn't, not really. I may have said a few silly things when I was upset, but I didn't actually go and tell him. He tricked me. He pretended he knew. He said his wife had told him.
And you believed him. You ought to be in a nut house.
There are people like that. He said they didn't have any secrets. How was I to know he was lying?
Vicky, you didn't have to know anything. All you had to do was keep your mouth shut. And you couldn't even do that.
Neither could you. If you hadn't told me, I couldn't have told him even by mistake.
You did it on purpose.
No, I didn't, but you shouldn't have told me.
You guessed.
You could have denied it. It's hardly something to boast about, going to bed with your mother-in-law.
Well, it's a darn sight better than going to bed with you.
It's not fair.
You don't seem to realize what you've done. Because you're so stupid, or spiteful, or both, he's gonna divorce his wife and name me, and he's gonna try and take Eve away from us both.
This serves you right! She'll be better off with him!
Vicky! Vicky, I'm sorry. Come back, please.
That was smashing. You ate like a pig. So did you.
You won't want any supper then, will you?
We might. It's always glossy on Sundays. They give us rabbit's food.
Well, off you go now. I'll be down again soon.
Will Dad come next time?
I expect so.
I wish he'd come today.
I told you he was busy today.
He wasn't ill again, was he?
No, of course he wasn't.
Only he's been ill an awful lot. He can't help it. He doesn't do it on purpose. He will come to the match, won't he?
I'm sure he will. Go on. You're going to be late.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
You all right?
I didn't know where else to go.
I'm glad to see you.
Are you? Really?
Yes, of course. Why not? Oh, can I get you anything?
No, thank you. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have come.
Now, don't be silly. Something happened.
I wish you hadn't told him. He'll never forgive me. It's awful. I'll never get him back. I wish you hadn't done it.
I do know what I've done.
I've just seen him. You told me.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. No, I had to.
You didn't have to. You didn't have to hit him either. Oh, please. Don't get divorced. It's horrible. You're going to make me feel it's all my fault. Please, stay with your wife and let him keep the baby. That's all he cares about, really.
Why are you so upset?
Could I have an aspirin, please? I've got a headache.
He didn't hurt you, did he?
Hello.
Hi. I called you, but you weren't answering, so I came on down. I was worried about you.
I had to do something. So I went to see the boys. I thought it might help.
Did it?
Not really. I kept thinking what I might have to tell them.
Oh, it's gonna be all right.
Is it?
It's gotta be. He can't take you away. You belong to me.
Well, I better start getting her ready for bed.
I'll give you a hand.
No. I'm sorry. Do you mind if I don't ask you to come in? I'm probably being silly, but I keep thinking Peter might turn up. If he sees you here, he'll only start imagining things.
Yeah, okay, if that's the way you want it.
I know I'm probably locking the stable door after the horse is bolted and all that. I can't help it.
You really do feel guilty.
Yes, I do. I also don't find the idea of divorce very pleasant either.
How long am I banned for?
You're not. Just a few days. Till I talk to Peter. Till we get something sorted out. Why did you have to tell that girl?
Oh, showing off, I guess. I'm sorry, Cassandra.
Well, it's done now.
I wanted to talk to you.
Not now, Gavin, please.
She came round to see me today, and I hit her. No. I'm so ashamed. I don't know what to do.
Well, we'll talk another time. I'm sorry, I can't take any more just now.
How does it feel now?
It's just sort of throbbing. It's nothing, really. Cold water's lovely.
Oh. I'll get some ice. It might be better still. How do you see what sort of a person he is? You ought to report him.
Who to?
Well, the police, of course. Somebody's got to stop him. Now, this is going to be really cold. Hang on.
Oh, yes, it is.
Better?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, just... You could take him to court, you know.
Oh, I couldn't.
Well, why not? There's no reason on earth why you should put up with this kind of treatment. You're not even...
No.
I mean, you don't have to live with him. Well, how does it feel now?
Much better. I think you've frozen it like a tooth.
Let me look.
It doesn't show, does it? I don't want everybody knowing.
No, there's only a slight graze at the moment. It may swell up tomorrow. You really ought to see a doctor, you know, just to be on the safe side. Be sure it's all right. He may have done some damage we can't see. What's the joke?
My father's a doctor. I suppose I ought to see him.
Is it?
I'm not sure this is such a good idea after all.
Nonsense, of course it is.
He'll only say I'm making a fuss about nothing.
Surely not.
He will. He's a stoic, like a lot of us Welsh, especially about other people.
Would you like me to come with you?
No, that'd make it worse. Oh, I mean, thanks all the same, but he'd think I was being childish. Well...
Well, let me know how you are.
Yes, thank you. Very Beth.
Lovely bum, you know.
I was coming to see you.
Oh, naturally. I was walking backwards as usual.
I changed my mind.
Of course, you do remember Anna, don't you?
Yes. Hello, Anna.
Hello, Vicky. How are you?
All right.
I'll wait in the car.
Sorry, it's open.
Bye. Nice to see you.
Bye.
So, how all right are you?
Gavin hit me.
Ah, it's nasty. And what did you do to annoy you?
Why do you always assume I'm in the wrong?
That's not what I said. And you wouldn't be living with someone who hit you for no reason at all. Or would you?
He's thrown me out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's always a bad one.
Would you look at my eye, please, now I'm here?
Which one?
The left.
Oh, it's all right. Bit less makeup on the right one, but no damage.
Somebody put cold water on it.
No harm in that. There, better. Now, you might have a bit of a shiner tomorrow. If you're worried, see your GP.
I came to see you.
I'm not your GP.
No, you're only my father.
You could have rung up first, you know.
Oh, to make an appointment, you mean?
All right, come and see me, and we'll have a talk about it when I'm not so busy.
You're always busy.
All right, have a wallow. Might do you some good. Well, lick it all.
Come on, pussycat. We're going to be late.
Won't be a minute.
That'll be the day.
Will I do?
Just about.
Your bank balance.
Worth every penny.
Right. Whose car?
Why they have to live in the wilds of Essex?
They probably like it.
They must be mad.
You're wonderfully intolerant. What's wrong with Essex?
Well, if you can't... Oh,
What's up?
I meant to buy some flowers for Marion.
Whatever for? She's got a garden full of them.
Yes, I know. Still, it would have been a nice thought.
Peter?
It's you.
What on earth were you doing yesterday?
When?
When? Outside our house in the evening, you gave me the fright of my life.
I wanted to be near you. I didn't know what to do.
But Jeff might have seen you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't think he'd recognize me.
Oh, Peter. What happened at the weekend?
Well, I can't tell you now. You're coming over?
I suppose so. As soon as I can. I've got things to do.
I'm sorry. I really am.
Are you?
Don't you believe me?
I thought you liked hitting women. Why should you be sorry?
Square, please.
Can I come in?
There's nothing to say.
I think there is. I didn't want to come here, you know. It reminds me. Didn't even want to see it.
Then you should have stayed away.
Must have been very comfortable here with her.
That all you come to say?
Did you find it even slightly flattering that I can still be jealous after all these years? Would you rather I didn't care what you did? Oh, Peter, I've not come to rake up old scores. I just want to remind you that we've both got a lot to forgive. I think it ought to help. Are you listening?
Oh, I can hear you. I don't have to look at you as well.
We all said a lot on Saturday. At first I thought we'd said too much. Things we couldn't even forget. But then I decided it was better that way. We don't have to forget them. We meant all those things at the time. It was probably quite healthy to say them. That doesn't mean we can't try again, does it?
Don't you understand what you did with him of all people? You're untouchable.
For the moment, yes. I see that. Perhaps even for a long time. Is it really enough to break a marriage? Gavin and I had so little time together, and you and I have come through so much over the years. Do you really want to throw all that away?
I only know I could never live with you again.
It's the next on the left and the first block on your right.
I don't want a divorce.
You should have thought of that before.
And I don't believe you do either. We're not good at living alone, either of us. We tried it. It was miserable. And I think you were too. And if you cite Gavin, everyone will know what happened. Gavin won't mind that, but you and I will, very much. And if you try to take Eve away...
Ah, now we're getting to it. That's all you really care about, isn't it?
No! Or I wouldn't have come here! But it's all Gavin cares about. And he'll fight you. And I think he'll win.
Because you'll help him, no doubt.
If I have to, yes. He's got a right to his own child. Nothing he's done justifies your trying to separate them. You can't look after a baby.
I shall hire someone who can.
Costs the earth. Can't even afford this place, let alone a nanny. What are we all going to live on?
So it's money you're worried about?
Among other things, yes. Someone's got to be practical.
I'd like you to leave now.
I went to see the boys yesterday. Have you thought about them at all? How do we begin to explain something like this to them?
I've got nothing more to say to you.
I'm not going to go until you promise to reconsider.
You disgust me.
She looked awfully upset.
Yes, well, we had an argument.
What's going on?
Do you want a drink?
It's awfully early. Yes, please. It wasn't you who rang up on Saturday night, was it?
I'm sorry.
How could you? What's Jeff supposed to think? And yesterday, hovering around the gate like that when we went out to dinner. He has met you, don't forget. If he'd seen you, he would have recognized you.
Yes, I know. I shouldn't have done it.
What got into you?
I had a dreadful weekend.
I wasn't available, I'm sorry. Tell me what happened.
I hit him. I didn't know I could do such a thing. I'm going to divorce her and take Eve away.
But can you do that?
Well, I don't know. I'll find a way.
Then why was she here?
She wanted to try again.
And?
I said no, of course.
Oh, Peter, are you sure?
How can you ask me that? Her own daughter's husband is revolting. She's contaminated.
You've been married a long time.
What's that got to do with it?
I envy you sometimes.
Me?
You're so sure what to do. Any situation you're in, even if you behave badly, at least you're positive about it. You never seem to have any doubts. Whereas me, I just get into one mess after another. I muddle along and I'm never sure what to do for the best. I hate being like that.
What's the matter?
I think I'm pregnant.
Are you sure?
I just rang my doctor for the results of the test. I've been hoping all morning, but no luck. It's positive.
It always is. Hey, why are you depressed? You've got a rich husband.
Yes.
Well, that's the main thing.
Is it?
Of course it is. Oh, I know you didn't want to do it straight off, but still, what's the difference? Get it over with, that's what I say. You might as well. Oh, it's not so bad. And at least you won't be lurching about like me, throwing up with one eye on your watch, afraid they'll dock your pay if you miss the bus to work.
No.
He's always wanted kids, hasn't he?
Yes.
Well, that's all right then. John was always furious, as if I'd done it on purpose to spite him. Cheer up.
Sorry.
It's not that bad. And they can give you stuff to help.
I know all that.
When I had Sharon, it was as easy as shelling peas. And it doesn't do to tell them that.
Who?
Men, of course. Better if they think you've suffered. Then they make more fuss. And you can hold it over them forevermore. Well, that's worth a few presents at least. In your case, I mean, not mine. For obvious reasons. Oh, we are feeling sorry for ourselves, aren't we?
I'm not sure whose it is.
Do you think he'll do it for less?
He says it's his last offer.
You think he's bluffing?
Probably.
Well, if anyone can get him to come down a bit, it's you.
It's a dubious talent.
Nonsense. It's invaluable.
What if he can't afford it?
Then he'll say no.
And do we say yes?
Come back to me on that when it happens. If it happens. They don't often slip through your fingers. Now, about Beihofer.
I think that's going to be all right.
Oh, good.
But I'd like you to have a look at it first.
Can you call in this evening?
You're having me on. You idiot. You've been up to your old tricks.
Don't be cross, I can't bear it.
Cross? I just think you're bloody stupid, that's all. You get it all handed to you on a plate. And what do? Go out and look for trouble. Who is it this time?
The same one.
Oh, not that old bloke. Your ex-boss. You want your head examined, you do. Why him? Whatever for?
What's the point in going on about reasons you wouldn't understand?
I suppose you've been using me to cover up again. Jeff doesn't suspect anything, does he?
I don't think so.
Think so? You better be sure.
No, he doesn't.
Well, thank the Lord for that. Then you're okay. Drop the other one sharpish and tell Jeff you're pregnant.
Let him think it's his.
Oh, maybe it is.
Well, maybe it isn't.
Well, you can't tell him that. Is that what you were going to do?
It seems such a big thing to lie about.
You've had plenty of practice.
What about something as important as this?
It's no good getting squeamish now. Just make up your mind you've got to tell one more whopper. Make it a good one and make it your last. Well, who knows, it may even be true.
It seems so wrong.
And what about all the rest?
It's different.
Oh, yeah? Well, try telling him that. Look, love. If you tell him the truth and he throws you out, you won't get a penny. He'll be ever so hurt, can you imagine? He'll never forgive you. And it may be his kid all the time.
I know all that. You're right. I just don't think I can do it.
You've got to. Either that, or get rid of it.
I couldn't do that.
Then you've got no choice.
Sandra, what's the matter?
I want to see you.
I thought I was out of bounds.
Can I come in?
I went to see Vicky. I told her I was sorry, but she wouldn't believe me.
I expect she does. But she'd rather make you feel guilty.
She succeeded. Hey, you okay? You look all washed out.
I need to see Peter.
And?
Could I have a drink?
Sure, I think I got some scotch left. What did he say? Sorry.
He said I disgusted him. He said I was untouchable.
He's crazy.
That's how he feels.
He'll get over it.
I don't think so. He was very cold, very bitter. And he couldn't wait to get rid of me. I shouldn't have gone.
Yeah, why did you go? You should have known he'd be like that.
I had to ask him to reconsider.
Do you really want to go on living with him?
I don't want to be alone again. And I don't want a messy divorce. I just think what it would do to the boys. As for a custody fight over Eve...
No, that's out of the question. I'll kill him first.
It wouldn't be very helpful. They'd lock you up and you'd only be able to see her on visiting days.
You're feeling better? Hey, talking of visiting days, is it okay if I come next weekend?
Why not? You might as well.
That's great.
You realize if this goes on, we will have to see lawyers and make statements and heaven knows what.
That's okay.
You really don't mind?
Why should I?
I told him you wouldn't mind.
Let's go inside.
Why? It's a lovely evening. You should have come in the pool. It was beautiful.
I want to talk to you.
Oh, we can talk out here, can't we? Have you decided?
What do you mean?
About making changes. What you want to do.
No, not really.
Flash in the pan, was it?
What?
All that talk about being restless.
I don't know. Jeff, do you ever imagine hating me?
Often.
No, be sensible.
I am being.
If I did something awful, if I really deserved to be hated, would you throw me out?
Oh, come on, pussycat, don't be silly. What are you on about?
I've been a rotten wife to you, haven't I?
It's early days. Maybe I've been a rotten husband. I told you, we can't expect to get it perfect all at once.
No.
I notice you haven't brought me a drink. So what's all the fuss about?
I'm pregnant.
Are you sure?
Yes.
That's fantastic.
No.
Oh, darling. Oh, pussycat, I'm so pleased. Oh, you're beautiful. I can't believe it.
Please don't wait.
Oh, it's wonderful.
My hands are cold. Listen.
Oh, darling, I know you wanted to wait, but you won't regret it, I promise you. I'll give you everything you want. I'll make it as easy as I possibly can. You won't be sorry, believe me.
Jeff, please listen.
Don't be against it, please. I'm so happy. I've never been so happy. And you'll be happy too once you get used to the idea. I know you will.
Oh, please.
Darling, I know you think it's too soon, but it isn't really. It's going to be the making of us. It's going to make all the difference. Oh, marvellous. I forgot I'd asked Freddie to drop in.
Don't tell him.
Why ever not? Freddie, we're on the terrace.
Please. Promise. Jeff, please. As a favour to me, just for tonight. It's important.
You
Please
are
don't
funny.
tell him.
Hello. You look cozy.
So, you made it.
Oh, I'm on my way to the airport, actually. So I haven't got much time. I'd like you to take a look at the Beihofer contract, just to make sure I'm on the right lines. I've checked and double-checked it, but you know how it is. Don't want a new boy making a fool of himself, do we? How's my beautiful sister-in-law?
All right.
She's a lot more than all right.
Jeff, don't.
You know, it does me good to see you two. If ever I get married young, and I always swore I would.
Don't sit on that towel, it's wet.
Oh, thank you. It'll be all your fault.
Don't rush into anything.
Why not? Looks good from where I'm standing.
Do you want a drink?
No, not really.
Champagne.
No.
I'm sorry, Freddie, I can't keep my mind on this, but I think it's all right.
Really? That's good.
Sarah's gonna have a baby.
Fantastic!
Champagne. You can wait for champagne, can't you?
Oh, I'll catch a later flight.
I'll pay off your taxi.
Oh, Sarah, that's marvelous.
She thinks it's too soon, but it isn't. I'll get the bottle. You tell her.
Sarah. Sarah. It's wonderful news, isn't it? Oh, please be happy. Jeff's so happy. All this waiting, it's modern. We're not modern in this family, we're traditional. Mum had Jeff 9 months to the day.
Just didn't want him to tell anyone yet.
But I'm not anyone, I'm family.
Yes.
It's the best thing that could have happened.
There we are.
Champagne isn't bad for babies, is it?
Of course not. Anyway, the sooner it gets used to it, the better. Starters, you mean to go on. I put another one on ice.
We'll drink to Sarah.
To Sarah and the baby.
I wish you hadn't done it.
What?
Told Freddie.
Oh, it's all right. He won't tell anyone. You can keep it a secret as long as you like. What a bit of luck, him dropping in like that. He was nearly as thrilled as I am. Hey, Pussycat, do you realise you haven't even told me when it's due? Have you worked it out yet? And names. We'll have to think about names.
I can't do it.
I'll help you. Don't sound so worried. It'll be fun.
Jeff, I've got to tell you the truth.
What do you mean?
You're going to hate me.
I could never hate you. What are you on about? Aren't you sure about the baby?
This is so difficult. I don't want to hurt you, but I can't go on lying. Please try to forgive me if you can. You've no idea how sorry I am.
Sarah?
I've been having an affair. I ran into Peter Manson again. And I'm not in love with him, but I am very fond of him. And it was sort of unfinished. And it made me feel free again like before we were married. But it doesn't mean I don't love you, because I do. And you won't believe that now. Oh, please say something. I can't bear it.
I don't know what to say.
You hadn't guessed.
I thought all that stopped when we got married. I tried not to think about it. What you'd done before, I hoped you wouldn't do it again. I wish you hadn't told me, Sarah.
But I had to, don't you see?
No.
Oh, please don't make it any harder. That's why I didn't want you saying anything to Freddie about the baby.
No.
Because...
Sarah, please shut up.
I'm sorry, but I'm not sure whose it is. What are you doing? Oh, please forgive me. I can't bear it. Say something. I can't feel worse than I do already. Tell me what to do.
You'd better get rid of it, hadn't you? Unless he wants to take pot luck.
Hi, beautiful. Who loves your baby? That's my gal. I'll see you later, okay? Hi, Cassandra.
Hello.
Surprise. To cheer you up.
Oh, Gavin. How lovely. Thank you. That is nice of you.
I just had a peek at my daughter. She's getting quite brown.
Yes, she is, isn't she? Must be nice to have nothing to do but lie in the garden all day. In a loincloth.
Oh, something smells good.
Lunch.
Maybe the cook.
If you can't tell the difference between roast beef and cabochon, I despair of your future.
Doesn't it cost about the same?
Yes, these days, just about.
They'll never replace Yorkshire pudding, though.
Very cheerful.
Yeah. Had a talk with a guy reading law. He says he doesn't think they'd ever give a grandfather custody, not with the father and the grandmother around, divorce or no divorce.
And I rang the Citizens Advice Bureau, and they said the same.
Great.
Because what I should have done is ring my solicitor. I hadn't the guts, in case Peter had got there first. Then I decided it might be a good idea if he had. At least I wouldn't have to explain the whole thing from the beginning. Oh, well, I'll just have to find another solicitor.
It won't come to that.
It might. I'm beginning to be resigned.
When he's cooled off, he'll change his mind.
He has cooled off. It's gone all icy and implacable.
Gee, you're so unalike. I don't know why you ever married him.
Were you and Prue alike?
No, I guess not.
Well then, there you are. Anyway, you've not seen him at his best. Losing Prue changed him a lot.
Yeah, I've never known him to be civil.
I meant losing her to you.
Well, I still think you'd be better off without him.
You're not afraid of being alone.
I am, too.
It's different when you're young.
Where is he now?
I've no idea. I haven't seen him since. In a hotel, I suppose.
I meant what I said on Monday.
I couldn't hold you to that. We weren't sure then.
No, I meant it. I don't care which of us is the father. It's your child, and that's enough for me.
You are extraordinary. I never thought you'd react like this. I thought you'd be shocked.
But I've got you into this mess. I mean, if we hadn't met again, you'd still be happy with your husband. How can I be shocked?
I've hurt him so badly. He just closed up. It was awful.
If you want to get away, if things get impossible, you can always come here, you know that.
What about your wife?
Well, I'd go and see her. We must have a proper talk about divorce.
If only he'd forgive me. Whether he throws me out or not, I just want him to forgive me.
If you come here to have your baby, you could help me to look after Eve. Or we could hire someone to come in, one baby or two. What's the difference?
Wait, please wait. You're going much too fast. I can't think that far ahead.
Cassie's bound to be reasonable. Well, I know she would if I talked to her calmly. Perhaps we could even share custody.
He said I should get rid of it.
No, you mustn't even think of such a thing. It's wrong and it's dangerous.
They say it's very safe if it's done properly.
Oh, I'm sure he didn't mean that. He couldn't.
I think he did. I wonder if it would be like a fresh start if I did.
Don't talk like that, please. Now, you must let me help you. This baby gives us a whole new future. Don't you see that I was in despair? And suddenly you've given me hope.
Please, you're very kind. But you're rushing me.
Look, I'll go and see Cassie. I'll tell her the truth and we'll work something out.
No, don't do anything yet, please. I am grateful, but I need time to think.
You do want this baby, don't you?
Yes. I thought I wouldn't, but now it's actually happened. Yes, I want it very much.
Well, that's all that matters.
It's not as simple as that.
It is if you let me help you.
No, I've got to work it out for myself.
Trust me.
Jeff, you're back.
Only to fetch a few things.
Where are you staying?
I don't think you need to know that. I'll pay your allowance into the bank as usual. That's all that really matters, isn't it? You can stay here as long as you like, of course. But since you dislike it so much, you may prefer to move out. If you do, perhaps you could write to me at the office so I can move back.
Are we separating?
I don't really see how we can live together, do you, till you produce whoever it is. I'm sure that would make for tension, and tension isn't good for pregnant ladies, or so I've heard.
But you told me to get rid of it.
I didn't tell you to do anything. Do you think you can move slightly so I can get on? Thanks.
If I did get rid of it, could you forgive me? Could we live together again? Would it make everything all right?
Don't be silly.
I'll do anything to make it up to you. I mean that.
I think when it's born, we should have blood tests. Him and me, I mean. That way we may get some clue about maintenance. Of course, we could always pay half each. Or would he rather toss a coin? How about that? Is he a gambling man? Double or quits?
I guess if he goes ahead with it, I'm gonna have to move out of the apartment.
Don't see why. It was a wedding present.
To Prue, not me. He's never let me forget it. Anyway, we can't have the co-respondent being subsidized by the plaintiff or whatever.
Petitioner.
It really bugs me, you know. All this time, he thinks I've been staying on there through greed or laziness. And I couldn't explain. Not to him, anyway. I just can't face moving her stuff.
If it comes to the point, I'll help you.
I told myself I needed the place for Eve, and that was okay. But really, it's all Prue's stuff. I'm scared to move in. I'm scared to leave in case I lose her. You know, she's in that place now more than ever. What if she doesn't come with me?
I'm sure she will if you want her to.
And yet I'd give anything to forget all about her sometimes. So what am I hanging on for?
Ooh, takes ages to let go of someone you love.
You know, she was all of those things you said. Spoiled, cruel, selfish. But I guess that made her more of a challenge. I guess I thought I could change her. You know, if I gave her a lot of love and bossed her around a bit, she'd change. I think she wanted it that way.
I'm sure she did.
I was kind of glad when she didn't change, though. You know what it was? I was envious. You know, she had so many things I never had. You know, parents, love, money, all kinds of security. She was very privileged. I guess I thought a bit of it might rub off on me, you know, like people eating the god to get his strength.
It's a bit much.
That's the way I felt, though. She had a kind of magic for me. I wanted to break it or share it. I couldn't do either. There wasn't enough time.
Hello? I don't understand. No, but it isn't. Oh, look, there must be some mistake. Can I ring you back? Gavin.
Yeah? What is it?
The house. He's put the house up for sale without saying a word. Is the agent? Oh, Gavin.
Hey.
He really means it.